I'm in the back of my mind like, girl, yeah, I'm resetting. I done reset my resume. I had reset 2 weeks when I started, when you was talking to me all greasy. Yeah, I already had reset it. Ladies, got my bubbly. I love these things. I like this one. Here is my favorite. It's white peach ginger, and then I have the cherry. Those two are my favorite. I had like a variety pack. I like them all except the I think it's a blackberry or some type of berry. I don't like that one. But these little things here, I can drink them. You have to be into like sparkling water or like that tinted, like, you know, hint water, anything like that. But zero, just, it's like carbonated water. So let's get into this. I'm showing you the tidy, see what's going on. I'm enjoying these little story times. I'm enjoying it. I got my first little whiff of it. I said, let's do this again. And I know we all have had a bad boss. I had a bad boss in my 20s. I don't even want to talk about her because that was a different situation. But I recently had a bad boss in my recent. Now, let me get into it. I'm going to share my story briefly, and then I'm going to tell you how to handle your bad boss. Because sometimes, and it don't matter what race, it could be the black sisters, the black brothers, the white ladies, and the white men. And it can be other nationalities as well. It really doesn't matter. This is just if these people are within management, this is how you handle them. But you know, it all depends, because sometimes you got to handle certain people certain ways, because sometimes certain individuals can be a little ranked higher, and then you got to handle them differently. But for the most part, you got to handle them. So in this event, she was a sister. She was a sister. So let's get into it. So I was at this job working. You know, it's new. It's new. You know, I'm just trying to feel my way through, feel my way around. You know, at the end of the day, I am aware of what the work is. I've done the work before, just on a different capacity, but I am aware. I understand the systems and all that good stuff, right? So 2 weeks into the job. No, let me step back a little bit. So when I got the job, right, you going for orientation, all that good stuff. You're talking to, you know, the management, all that good stuff. We don't micromanage. We don't worry about certain things. And if you don't work during the day, it's okay. You can work in the evening. It's okay. Right. So 2 weeks in, I get a, you know how the Teams thing roll. I don't even know how to, I can't do the jingle for it, but we're gonna do like a ring sound. Ring, ring. I answer. Where have you been? Huh? Where have you been? Huh? And this is me really saying, huh? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean where I've been? My thing is, I've been home. I work from home. Your light wasn't green. Micromanaging just kicked in. I said, my light wasn't green. What do you mean my light wasn't green? I can't go to the bathroom? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if something had happened. I didn't know. But it was in my head, I'm like, it wasn't even out that long. Fast forward a week after that, I sent the email, right? And the email was sent like 5:05 or something like that. I got an immediate ring on the Teams. Why am I getting this email at this time of day? Huh? I said, what do you mean why you getting this time of day? I said, I just sent it. That's why you're getting it. And I said, I'm confused. This email should have been sent during the work hours. Huh? I said, I'm confused. I said, what do you mean? And the assertiveness in the voice. I said, what do you mean? You don't send these type of emails after hours. They need to be addressed during work hours. I said, I thought you said we can send stuff after hours. And where, you know, from work experience, you send the email after hours, it was okay. You just answer it in the morning. Because some people do work after hours, especially when you're a salaried employee, because you're just working. And this climate that we're in right now, everybody was doing more work to kind of keep from being bored, right? You know, because we were in the house so much during the pandemic. And she said, I said, you told me that I can work after hours if I wanted to. Yeah, but not this. All right, okay. So then we wound up getting to this real blown, drawn out conversation about, you know, you want something to be done, but meanwhile, you're not training me properly. You breadcrumbing me to work, you're doing this and you're doing that, and you expect a miracle. And then you sitting here and you're micromanaging. You say you don't micromanage, and this is what you were doing. So I had to explain to her, meanwhile, your girl is so smart. I keep a log of everything. I had to go to my little book. This day you said this. This day you said that. This day you said this. And she said, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. I am sorry. I'll make sure I'll get it together. So now she asked me, could I come in? I come in. We work from home, but I'll come in. I can't lose you. I'll work on my tone and my delivery. 2 weeks in, so you know you got a problem. All right, so we get through this. But at that point, I knew I had to leave that job. I knew it. I knew I had to leave that job. So at that moment, because it takes you a while to find a job. You know, even if you're in something, it can take 4 months to 6 months to find something. So at that point, I knew Kelly was out of there. I was out of there quick, fast, in a hurry. So I revised my resume 2 weeks after I started the job. 2 weeks. And I was looking for another one. And it took a while. It didn't happen. But all during this time, me and this lady is bumping heads. To the one time, we had a conversation. And it was after 5 o'clock. I didn't get off the phone until like something to 6. And I said, I'm getting off this phone. I was at the edge of my chair. I'm like this on the phone. At this point, I didn't even care. I didn't even care. We were both talking to each other like two chicks on the street getting ready to rock and roll. That's exactly how it was. So she was like, well, I'm not ready to get off the phone. I said, you gonna keep me on the phone? I said, oh, I know what you're doing. You want to keep me on the phone so you can say, I hung up on you. I was trying to say, well, you know what? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So I stay on the phone. I let her keep on going. And at this point, she's running her mouth, talking. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't even saying, I ain't saying nothing. At this point, a person can't just talk to themselves. So she was trying to say, you hear me? You understand? I ain't said boo or nothing. So now at this point, she felt like I'm disrespecting her. You disrespected me. So I'm giving you what you gave me. I don't care, because I know at this point I'm gonna win this. So, and I'm not a rough employee at all. I'm very nice. I have really good recommendations. But this lady, she was street. She was gutter bucket. You know what I mean? So she was a person who got a position because nobody else could do it. So they said, let's throw her up in there. And you know, not from the girl didn't know her job or whatever, but she was like their saving grace. I think she knew that too. But let me tell you something. Just how she learned, and anybody else can learn, somebody else can learn too. And I wish people would understand that. So we get past it. So keep in mind, now we're like in 3 months of this whole situation. Me and her going at it. I said, so we was fussing, doing something. She said, you need to apologize to me. And I'm giving y'all the watered down version. You need to apologize to me. I said, I'm not apologizing to you. I said, if you don't like what I said, take me to management. She said, I am management, and you can't get no higher than this. I said, bitch. You got me messed up. You got me messed up. I said, okay. And one thing I don't like doing, I never like to, and this is just like black woman code. We need to treat our own good. And you never want to complain about a black woman to another woman of another ethnicity, right? And since she disrespected me so many times for the last 3 months and was talking to me like I was just, I said, you know what? And at this point, I'm getting trained, I'm getting things like that, but my brain is done. I'm like out here because I already knew I was applying for positions from week 2 from this position. Week 2. So I knew it was a matter of time. I already knew the same way I had got that. Because I got that one. I had so many offers on the table. So I said, you know what? It's going to take a little while. But guess what? God knew. He knew. Okay. So the next day, after I got off the phone with my manager, I called my director. One thing I do, I will follow chain of command. I called my director. And she talked to me. She said, hey, how you doing, Kelly? How's it going? I'm like, it's going. And she said, how long have you been here? I said, 3 months. She said, oh, okay. I guess she's like, you know, why is she calling me? It's early. And I was like, well, I have something I want to share with you. And I said, you know, I'm a little bit unhappy. And here we go. So 2 minutes in, she didn't even, I don't think 2 minutes even hit in from the time I started talking. She said, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. I thought she was going to get on me. She said, do you mind if I pull HR in? I said, no. She pulled HR in. HR got on the phone. HR got to listen to my story, her story, and then they got to get the truth. But the good part about it, when they went to her, she didn't deny nothing because she knew what she had did. And she knew I wasn't lying. Let me tell you something. People get so gun-ho with power. So gun-ho. It doesn't make any sense. And I was so happy that my director heard me in those first few words and she wanted to fix it because she knows before I came there was a situation. There were situations and they didn't address it accordingly. So mine got addressed. So as everything's going on, now we meeting with HR and she's begging me, Kelly, I can't lose you. I'm sorry. Let's reset. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I'm in the back of my mind like, girl, yeah, I'm resetting. I done reset my resume. I had reset 2 weeks when I started when you was talking to me all greasy. Yeah, I already had reset it. I'm just listening. I'm playing the game because I'm never a fool. And never will I ever leave a job without a job. So, in saying all of that, so I'm telling you, I'm giving you story time, but yet I'm telling you how you handle a bad boss. You know, you work with them, you tell them how you feel. So please don't talk to me like that. And then you explain to them what they're doing. And then they keep on. Then you follow your chain of command. But the crazy part about it, my director was like, if you would have went over me, it would have been okay. Who says that? That's how you know there is a problem. So now we're meeting with HR. We're meeting with HR once a week. She's not even training me anymore. She got the staff training me because she know her mouth is slick and it's loose and she knows she's going to fall in the quicksand. But the crazy part about it, I was sitting here and, you know, I already had my offer like a month, maybe 3 weeks after we were doing our one-on-ones and things like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm about to start. I had to get like a drug test. I had to get a background check. I had to get so many different things. I said, you know what, I can't can this just yet until I got all my ducks in a row. So she introducing me to people, let me know who I'm over, and she like, yeah, I'm so happy you gonna be doing this job now. I ain't gotta do it no more. And then somebody else was doing some other work. I'm gonna give this to you and so and so and so. And I'm in the back of my mind like, y'all gonna keep this work because your girl is gone. And then the girl who was doing what the piece of work that I'm supposed to be doing, we was on team meet. You know how when you in teams, you can do like little emojis? She doing little clappy emojis like, yeah, give it to her. Let her have it. Let her have it. You keeping it too. Because she out of here. But the crazy part, I know the truth on why I left. She, the manager, know the truth why I left. HR knows the reason why I left. But the story that was told about me on why I left was a total lie. Because the staff doesn't know that we were in HR. You see that? So it's like, you know, not to make me look bad, not to make it look like, because the last person left because of me, the person before left because of me, the person before left because of me. Now here she gonna leave. I am the problem. So it's like, you know what? Let me change the narrative around and make it look like it's her. No, boo-boo. No, boo-boo. But I'm happy I got out of that situation, and life has been grand ever since. But the funny part, why do people do that? When you leave a job, right? They tend to want to talk bad about the person who left versus just saying, and it's such a short period of time, you know, because who knows what they can possibly say. I mean, I don't know what she could possibly say about me. She possibly can say, oh, the work was too much, or this is that. I come from high work value. They may not believe that, but you know what? It's what it is. I tell you, I have been in such the most craziest situations when it comes to employment, but my positions that I've held, the positions that I've been in, and the things that I've learned has molded me to this workforce. So I know what my rights are, when not to go over, and when to go over. You just know, you know, you start feeling that out. And especially once I got into accounting, you know, finance and accounting, I should say, you know, I really realized that, you know, people who don't know finance and accounting tend to think that they do know, but they really don't know. I let people talk. You know, one thing about me, I am a woman of many words. I do speak up, but sometimes in my workplace, I kind of keep my mouth shut. But it all depends on the situation. Sometimes I don't. But how do you handle a bad boss? You let them know what they did wrong and why you feel that way and how they may have offended you. If it keeps happening, you pull your higher ups or the person over them in. And then if it doesn't get rectified, take it to HR. Because at the end of the day, if they do let you go, you know, that's a case. And that's unemployment. And they don't want that. And that looks bad on them because they don't have a real reason why they're firing you. Because, you know, especially when you're just starting out in the job, like my situation, you're just starting out. You can't say, I don't know my job. And you can't say, I couldn't do the job. Because guess what? I wasn't even doing it. You get what I'm trying to say? When you just start a job and within 3 months, you're not doing your job. You're not. You're still learning. You're still following. You're shadowing. You're getting trained. And especially if it's not things going on at the moment, training can be kind of scarce. You're reading. You're going over things. So when you're just new in something, never get too excited. You know, don't think that you can't, you know, defend yourself if you're dealing with a bad boss. Now, if you've been there for a while and you happen to get a bad boss or your boss just turns bad, same rules apply. Hey, what's going on? I feel like we're not on the same page. We don't have to be on the same page, but you know, what's going on? I feel like you're talking to me in a way that I shouldn't be spoken to. It's okay, because at the end of the day, we are all adults. We are all adults. So what made me so happy is the fact that I was able to bring in my director, and then she brought in HR. So the crazy part about it, I don't even know if at the time my manager at the time even knew that it wasn't even me. But I know she thinks it's me because the statement that she said to me was, I am management. And in all reality, I went over you. And guess who went over you? Your manager. So sometimes you got to put people in their place and put them where they belong and sit them down. And when that was happening to me back then, I was like, you know what? I want to talk to HR. I want to talk to my director. I want to tell her what she's saying about me. I don't care. I don't care. Because that lets me know that I got underneath your skin. I'm so petty. I'm petty in that situation, in that one. But overall, I do like a healthy work environment. I do like to be treated like an adult. I don't like to be micromanaged at all, because at the end of the day, I got hired to do a job. So I want to do my job. And if I do have a problem, I would definitely come to my management and say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm a little confused. Can you help me out? Can you get me back on track? And there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. You know what I mean? And we're all a part of a team where we need to work together. But when you're feeling like someone is really beating you down and just being real vicious towards you, that's not right. That's not right. You know, we spend 8 hours a day at a place of employment, even if it's at home or in the workplace. We should be very, very comfortable, and we shouldn't be in fear at all for anything, you know? So that is that. Let me know down below if you had a bad boss before, and if you did, how did you handle it? How did you handle it? I'm just grateful that my director at the time stepped in for me. I'm so happy, because sometimes it could have went left. It could have went left, but I'm grateful. And I've moved on from that. I've moved on from that. So let me know. So I want to say hey to my new subscribers. Hey to all my loyals. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you next video. I'm liking these story times.